Alright, here we go. You can see them. Just a slew of broke, some worked pieces of flint. Billy, I had a big enough table, buddy. He offered me his truck bed if I didn't have a big enough table. I thought that was awful nice of him. There's a little row of broken tools over here. Of course, all these tools are not broken. There's some really good ones. There's some of that banded hornstone that they made a tool out of. Really nice. I won't handle all these, just can't. Nice piece. There's some really cool hammerstones. I like finding hammerstones because, I mean, you know, a lot of this stuff right here was made with them. But you can see all the pecking all the way around that. It's a big hunk of flint. This one right here is really cool. I love the colors in it. If you can see them. I don't know if you can see them or not. It's striped up. Cool stuff. A big grinder. It's a polish everywhere. And their side's concave for some reason. But anyway, just a bunch of stuff, and a lot of these tools are complete. One right here I want to show you because, I mean, I found some stuff with some awesome colors in it. Well, I have all year. Beautiful colors in that thing. And then we get on over here into some of these. Check that out. These right here are complete, you know, they're just tool types. And here's a row of almost. Of course, some of these may not be just almost, you know, I think some of them have actually got that tip turned back on them. I mentioned when I found this one, it was a vanishing stem. Well, it is. And there's a bunch of vanishing stems up there, and vanishing tips too. And just, you know, just a row of drills. There's a few of these pieces that are broken. I want to show you some of the material that I found. Just a couple of them. Crazy, crazy colors. And check this out. This stuff I just don't find. I mean, it's just like crystal clear. It's a broken tip. That's a shame that thing wasn't there. I mean, it's just completely clear. And a row of blunts. Actually, 2 rows of blunts. That's pretty cool. Unipasadena hafted. And then here's some of the better pieces that found me a drill today, or yesterday, the 18th. Of course, you know, these finds were found, part of them on the 18th, most of them on the 18th, and then the rest of them on the 19th, which wasn't very many. I walked it apparently pretty good on the 18th. Check out this. Crazy. Made on flake. A complete one. Here's a pretty good pickwick for the pickwick finds down there. Not a bad piece. That's a good blade. Got a vanishing stem. Now, I believe a lot of that stuff was made just like this one. It was just made on the edge of the rock. And of course, you know, honestly, you know, it wouldn't matter to them. If it was in a stick, it wouldn't make a bit of difference. Of course, it matters to me. You know, I like the sophisticated looking bases. Not that I'm very sophisticated, but found this drill yesterday. I mentioned I thought it might be broke, but if it was broken in modern times. But yet, all at the same time, it was just made on a crude flake to begin with. That little tip there appears to be fresh. It's a little darker inside it, but still, it's a cool find. Maybe this wind won't get too bad before I can go over some of these other ones that I found today. And, I just had an awesome time, and I appreciate every one of you watching. Had a good time down there this year. And I found just a slew of stuff. If I had it all put together, honestly, 2 5-gallon buckets wouldn't hold it. 2.5 might. It's a pretty piece. Made out of some crazy material. I don't know what that stuff is. Never seen anything like it. It's real dry. It's pretty nice. I believe it's a big sandy. There's them backwards bases Richard talks about. I assume they're close to the same thing. Here's a real sweet little piece. See me find this one. I believe it to be a big sandy. See me find this one right next to that pickwick, or I found this one first. I know some people would call these table rocks, and you know that's fine with me. But I believe it's a bottleneck Benton. You know, just considering I found Bentons in the field and broken Bentons, and I also found a bigger, you know, bottleneck. So that's what I'm thinking it is. But I like it. And look at how thick it is, and it's translucent as it can be. Some good looking stuff right there. It's a translucent hornstone. And this, you know, if I can get fortunate enough and get some more quick rainfalls, this may be a preliminary finale. But even with some good rainfalls, I don't know if I'll find this amount. That's a cool piece right there. See the little napping on the edges of the base. And I'm tossed up about, the finds of the day, because there's some awesome pieces in here, but this in here is one awesome piece too. Look at all the little serrated edges. I mean, it's serrated everywhere you look. Both edges, the tip, base has got good thinning strikes. I don't think it's a Cobb's because the center line is just the same all the way around it. There's no bevel. I asked Guitar Picker if he thought there was a pine tree knife, and I'm sure, whoever made the pine tree made knives, but it favors, the pine tree in the sense that all these flakes run toward the center of the blade. Don't believe it's a pine tree preform, because you can see the use wire on it. I mean, they may have been using it down to notch it, eventually. But that's a cool piece. I looked at the Stanfields, and all the description fits the Stanfields outside of, they have basal grinding, and this does, but it's not just, of course they said in the book that it was heavily ground. Well, this isn't heavily ground, but I can rub my lip across that right there, and it's smooth compared to from about right there up. That'll cut you. So, I don't know, maybe it's Stanfield. Sweet though, whatever it is. And this in here would be my find of the day. And it's got that little ear nicked off, and both of those little particulars nicked off. It's translucent hornstone. It's paper thin. Fine little serrations all over it. Everything turned toward the center of the blade, which, according to what I read, distinguishes, the pine tree from the Kirk corner notch. And of course, the lack of a bevel being there, the absence of a bevel, it rules out Lost Lake. But a lot of the Kirk corner notches have this form, the serrations too. But apparently they're not flaked toward the center of the blade. Maybe just, across the face. But everything here is kind of turned right at that center mark. Anyway, it's a really nice find. I was glad to find it. It's not like the one that you've seen earlier where it was crushed, but still, who wouldn't take that right there? Back it up a little bit. Get that tip on that thing. Alright, what a year. And it's not over till it's over. It may slow down a little bit, but it ain't over. Nowhere, I don't guess. I hope. But anyway, I wish you guys good luck, and I'll be watching your videos. Trust you'll be watching mine, and I hope to be able to bring you something, but I won't be able to bring you this much stuff every time, because all the other fields I have combined wouldn't produce like old stomping grounds, if you put them all together. Maybe find some, some cooler stuff, I don't know, but that's my video, guys. Appreciate you watching.